Okay, so I guess I think like we have everyone we need, but so people who are joining after this point, they might they can join later. So so I'll just briefly tell like how this tutorial session goes. So first of all, this is the end of week 1. The course has started from March. Someone is unmute. Please mute everyone. I'm not sure who is unmute. I'll just check. Yeah. So the course goes like, so every week there will be Nisha Katti is unmute. So yeah, so every week there will be a video uploaded to the NPTEL portal. So week one's video has been uploaded, as well as week's two video has been uploaded as well. So every week there will be a set of videos, and there will be a corresponding assignments, and there will be a corresponding feedback form. And they will also provide lecture material for that the corresponding week. So what you have to do is that you have to go through the video in the week, and in the end of the week there will be a live session conducted by me, and another guy is there, I guess. He will also be conducting the live session along with me. So you can ask your doubts and ask your ask your anything that you need to clarify regarding the course. Since the course is itself pre-recorded, you cannot interact with the course. You can interact with me and ask specific doubts. I'll try my best to resolve your doubt. If I couldn't, I will ask the course coordinator to resolve the doubts, or we can put it in the discussion forum. So there is no direct relationship between me and the course coordinator or the course instructor. But if there is a specific doubt that requires more advanced expertise, I will consult the professor who is teaching the course. There is the part one. The second thing is that as we'll be moving forward with this course, we'll be learning new concepts and new ideas around it. So also we'll be solving. So if the course requires some programming part of the requires some programming, we will also do that. But I don't think there will be much programming in this entire course. Okay. And coming to the next thing, the assignments. So I'll not be directly solving the assignment questions. We are strictly instructed that we should not be solving the assignment questions, but we can help you understand the concept that is lying around the assignment, and things that concepts that are needed to solve the assignments. I might also help you solve the last year's assignment, which is not directly repeated in this year's assignment. But yeah, so direct solving of assignment will not be covered in this session. Okay. And the typical way of these are the things that will be covered in this session. And next is like what I will be doing while teaching. So people generally prefer two methods. One is creating slides, or second is creating using tablet to teach. I prefer tablet, but unfortunately I left my tablet in the university itself. So I don't have my tablet today for today. And as I believe someone is unmute, I guess. Yeah. So as I believe today is the introductory section, and it will not much to discuss. Just if you have already went through the first week's material, it's mostly histories and different architectures and just overview of the entire thing. So I'll also give you an overview, since I don't have any tablet, so I'll not be able to do the writing stuff. So I will be discussing the same idea, and also if you want, if you have gone through the lectures, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. So we'll start by doubts from your side. What are you expecting from this course? What are the expectation of this course? And if you have gone through, yeah.
देख तेरा ही नाम आ रहा है, तिलक तू ही बोल रहा है, तू ही बोल.
Then someone is speaking. Tilak, I guess. Do you have a question? Okay. Anyway, so the thing is that yeah. So if you have went through the course, if anyone of you have went through the course, they can ask me questions. If not, they can save their question at the end.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt. Sir, I have gone through the lecture 1. So in that lecture, professor just described the layers part. So
yes,
if there is a layer 1, two computers are connected. and if there is layer 2, 3 computers are connected via hub or switch.
Yes.
So, sir, I am also following a material since I am in a first year student, and in the course I am pursuing, I don't have computer networks in that. So I am
Okay.
following a book called Feroz. So in that book,
Okay.
there are topologies. So in the star topology, it is same like layer 2. So
Okay. Yeah.
professor is just describing that topology. Like I'm not able to recollect between this book's content or and the professor's content.
Okay. So I don't think like he has moved to topologies in the first lecture, as you said. So he's like, he said only like, the brief history and the summary of the things. So topology and all he has not discussed in the lecture one. I have went to the lecture one, actually, lecture 1 and 2, and couple of, 3, 4 just skimmed through it. The thing is that he was giving an idea. So how these things are. So I'll ask everyone to mute. Yeah. So so the idea is that, so you just, you are just painting a picture of how the network really works, and he was not really like, doing the topology stuff. So I like not. So if you don't have the networking background, it's very interesting thing to learn. And as you, so I have shared my screen. I hope everyone is the screen is visible from to
Yes,
everyone.
yes.
So yeah, so it's so if you see it in
Yeah,
today's
sir.
yeah, so if you see in today's scenario, everyone is learning mostly AI and ML stuff, and so it's not like everyone like, it's not like, I am not learning as well. So there's a lot of noise. Let me, sorry, I'll try to mute everyone. Let me. Uh, hmm, you can everyone. How can I mute everyone? Let me see. It is Zoom actually. I'm not sure how to mute it. Mute off. Okay. So I muted everyone. I'll describe it. So might be some people who are by mistake making them unmute. So yeah. So thing is that if you see today's scenario, like, everyone is learning machine learning and stuff. So so I itself, like, myself is doing research in machine learning, but it has a networking component as well. That's why I'm teaching this course. Yeah, someone is drawing in my screen. I don't think I can stop. Yeah. Okay, so the thing is that when you when you like, think about the networking, so let's say, like, you're going to this website www.google.com. So when you are hitting enter, so the moment you are hitting enter on your screen, and the moment you are seeing this Google homepage, there is a lot of thing going on. I think Muhammad is someone who is. Let me. Okay. So when the moment you hit google.com, and the moment you are seeing this google.com screen, so there is a lot of thing going on in between. So what is happening is that, so your www.google.com is going through uh, so so every system in this world has an address. So every system in this world has an address, and Google.com, this Google homepage is coming to your computer. That means it has been stored somewhere. It's not like that it's coming from air, right? So there must be a computer who is storing this Google.com website. If you go to Australia here, or anything here, like it's not clickable, but if you go to anything like India, and and you can see all these web pages. So all these things are stored somewhere. It's not like that it's coming from the nowhere. So it's stored somewhere, and it is coming from that website. So what happens is that when you hit this google.com, it is going from, so that name is resolved into some IP address, and that IP address is then again going to some second layer. Then finally it's going to the physical layer, and from the physical layer, which is the layer we call it as the wire or the Ethernet, it's going to the Google server, and from there it is fetching that page, and it is grabbing that page to your computer, and so that you can see this page on your screen. So the one thing that you said, using like the question that you asked, that if there are two computers, and you said there is layer one when there is just two computers, and there is layer two, and the bridge is and the bridge when we are facing the bridge, it's layer two. That means that your computer is a 5-layer device, like it has all the layers. Okay, so you can see the the screen, and you can see the picture. So it has application layer as well. But if you go to a normal switch or router, it doesn't have all the layers. So it has a networking component. So everything that computes is a computer. That means, like, a calculator is a computer, but a calculator doesn't have a networking layer. That's why you cannot communicate with other calculator from your calculator. But if you look at the router, it has a networking layer, and you can communicate with other things from your router. So it is a layer 3 device. It has 3 layers. But if you look at switch, it cannot network. It can just operate on layer 2. So that's why it's layer 2 device. It has 2 layers. And if you look at your computer or mobile, it has 5 layers. It can operate in all 5 layers, right? So, so the question that you asked, like, you're not able to relate things between the topology that you have learned and the lecture that you saw, where it said the layer 2 device is the switch. So just he was just giving you a rough idea about things. It's not like the topology and stuff. So so yeah, so it's like that.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, so yeah, hi.
Sir, like by seeing the lecture, I made some assumption. Sir, there are as you discussed the different layers: application, transport, network, data link, and physical layer. So
Yeah.
all are present in the computer itself. So
Yes.
I made an assumption that like as professor also describes that your user data is being converted to payload by different networking protocols.
Mm-hmm.
So they are converted into the payload. So I guess the first 4 layers: application, transport, network, and data link convert my user data to the payload, and then via physical layer it gets transmitted to the other computer or server wherever I want to send the data. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, see, so when you when you, let's say it is a LAN cable, and you break it here and collect the data and see what is the data that is going through the wire, what will you see?
Sir, data packets.
No, you'll see bits, because in wire we don't have anything, we just bits, no packets. Like, it will not, say that okay, this is the packet going, and the the least amount of, you can say, the unit of the data that is going through the wire is bits, because in wire you can only transmit bits or signals, right? You cannot transmit you cannot transmit anything apart from bits or anything. So when you cut a wire, you see bits, okay? But when the wire is going to a computer, so there is this protocol. So all these bits have a start bit and the end bit. So start bit and end bit marks that there is a entire datagram, not a packet, datagram. So when it is going to the router, going to the another device, its physical layer is getting that datagram, and it is saying that, okay, this is the first initial bit and it is the end bit. So all the bits that is lying between them is basically the it's so Himanshu or something
payload
was,
or user data.
yeah, just 1 second. Himanshu or someone was asking to record this meeting on locally. So this recording will be provided for you to access later. So you don't need to record it. I will record it and upload in the YouTube. You can access it later. I'll share you the YouTube link on the channel which I will be uploading. So
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
it was, yes,
Sir, yes,
yeah,
one question, sir.
yeah.
Sir,
So I
please,
think,
please, sir, define payload.
yeah. So sorry.
Payload, payload. What is
Okay,
mean by payloads in
payload is
cloud
data.
computing? Huh.
Payload is just data. It's nothing else. So payload, when you say payload, it's data. So see, you have so yeah. So the guy who was asking me question last time, so he was asking something else. I caught him in between. So could you repeat what you were asking?
Sir, like I'm asking, like I have made an assumption that the all five layers are present in computer itself, and the user data which I want to transmit to the internet or other computers which are located on the cloud or any other city or place. So these layers basically encrypt my data, and my data transmits through the physical layer, and when it reaches the other end, then all these layers decrypt my data, and it gets access using the computer, but the transmission part is done via physical layer only. This is my assumption.
Yes, yes. Physical level. Yes, yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. So I got another query in the question box. Sir, please हिंदी में बोलिए, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. So San, so the medium of instruction of this course is in English. So that's why we are expected to deliver our content and tutorial in English. So if you want to be described in Hindi, so first thing is that you might look for a course which is in Hindi. So there are some courses which are in Hindi in NPTEL. You can search for that. The medium of communication will be Hindi, and there are also some Tamil and Telugu course as well, I guess, and Malayalam course as well. But the number of courses in regional language is very limited. So yeah, so that's why, like, I cannot switch to Hindi. There might be some people who do not know Hindi. So that's why I think, sorry, San, like, it's a common standard that I need to speak in English. Also, like, if anyone else, like, everyone is fine with Hindi, I can switch to Hindi. That's fine. Okay, then Devender is asking, is it a Q&A question session or will be a covered topic as well? Please explain, or we have Q&A session later if possible, please. Okay, so yeah, so that's a good thing actually, like, we can cover some topics, and the Q&A session we can keep it at the end so that people can ask and some people can so the thing is that we'll not be covering all the topics, so we'll be covering some topics out of the entire week's course, or we can emphasize on some difficult concepts, or you can give an overview of all the things. I cannot cover the entire week's concept in just 2 hours. Okay, so that's why so that's why, like, that's why I'm not that's why I'll be not be able to cover everything. So it's expected for you to look it go through the lecture and come here for an overview or some doubts. Okay, then Murtunjay Rai is saying at physical layer it is only electrical signals, no intelligence, no interpretation. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, when you break the wire in between, you'll get only bits, nothing else. So it's when the bits reach at a station like computer or a router, the router and computer is intelligent. Okay, they can make sense out of it. It's the router and computer are not dumb. They can take the packet and they can figure out that they can take the bits and or signal, I use it. They can figure out that okay, this is the start of the packet and this is the end of the packet, and this is my packet. That's why it's the bits, the wire itself is dumb, but the wire, when the wire connected to a computer, it's not dumb. Okay. Yeah. So there is that, and good collection will leave you it after session. Okay. Thank you. So it's not collection actually. So I will be uploading all these lectures on this channel. So I uploaded my last tutorial on this channel that was on computer vision, and last session was visual computing. For the first time, I am taking networking. So I'll be uploading all the videos here. Okay. Okay. So coming towards the discussion part. So I will discuss for around half an hour or something. Then we can go for a question answer session. Okay. So everyone who is asking question, they can please sit back and we will go to the question answer session a bit later. I have, I think, PowerPoint. Let me. So actually, I had some things, but I left my tablet. Yeah.
Sir, you haven't clarified that is my assumption is correct or not?
Which one? I said yes.
Sir, sir, my user data is being encrypted by the 4 layers, and then it gets transmitted by the physical layer, and then at the other end, it again gets decrypted by the 4 layers. The application network,
Yes,
data link.
I wouldn't say decrypted. It's the data is encrypted, but the packet itself is not encrypted. If I capture the packet from anywhere, if I capture the bits and convert it to packet using my intelligence, own computer intelligence, I can get the entire packet. But I cannot decrypt the data. I cannot see what is inside. I can see that okay, this packet is going from this source to this destination, and this is the port, and these are all the things. But I can never interpret what is inside there. So that is encrypted. I cannot see that. But what happens is that whenever a data is, when we are building the data, so let me see if I can find my old presentation. I don't think I have that. No, I don't think I have that. I had a presentation, but it's in my tablet, and I don't have a tablet here. Sorry for that. So I'll try to come prepared next week. But 1 second. Let me check in my phone if I have that. Yeah, I guess I have it. Let me.
And sir, one more thing. You have said that what is my expectation from this course? So I have taken this course because my C programming professor has illustrated a web server program. So he said that to make this web server C program, you have a knowledge of the computer networking course.
Computer networks, yes. You have to have a knowledge of computer networks. You cannot do anything this socket programming and everything. You cannot do without the knowledge of computer networks. Okay, so
okay.
Yeah. So the lecture that I'm trying to say is HTTP. So say I'll give you overview. So in this first week, it was just a story. So I'll just try to tell a story. It will not be the same story. It will be a similar story, and it will give you an overview of what is happens when you type something in your web browser. It is not encrypted but encapsulated. Yeah, but Murtunjay is saying it's the correct thing. It's not encrypted but encapsulated. Each layer is putting a header on top, so it's making the packet bigger. So when this big packet reach another point, it gets detached, and finally the data is fed to this google.com. When you put google.com, when you put www.google.com, so we are requesting this website. So this request will be encapsulated by all the layers. It will be bigger, then it will be passed through the wire, and it will go to the Google homepage, and it will one by one each layer will remove the this headers out of it, finally you will see a request for home page, and this home page will be again put into all this layer and will be delivered to your machine, and you will open all this and you will get the Google home page. So we'll start. So I think my screen is shared. So we'll start this. Like, just give me a minute to grab the water first. Yeah. So it's so it will be like just introductory story session. It's not be like conceptual and everything. So first, like just look at this. So so whenever you go to your website and go to your browser and type facebook.com, or you may type www.facebook.com, or you can type http:// or you can put https. So I'll just do this fourth thing and show you the result. First, I went to facebook.com. Okay, the Facebook is opening. Okay, it's asking me to log in, but it is opening. Then I'll go to this www.facebook.com. The same page is opening. I can go to https://www. I can do the same thing for Netflix actually. So netflix.com, it's opening. You can go to www.netflix.com. It's opening. Okay, and you can go to https://www.netflix.com. It's again opening. See, it's not like so if you see, for everything I type, it's opening the same page. So do you see the logic here? So why it is opening, even if the entire all the three queries are completely different, so why it is taking me to the same page? So we'll find the answer of these questions at the end of this lecture. So this is the all of the story about HTTP and how internet works, how networking is actually done in real life. So before starting with networking, I'll just tell you a story about how letter we used to send letters. So when you send a letter, so let's say in earlier days we used to send letters to our relatives and friends. So what do? So when we first type the letters, there is some chart. Please tell me actual difference between the EAN and LAN and WAN. I assume that everything that connect after network to a LAN is WAN. It is correct. Sorry. Everything that connect other network to a LAN is a WAN. Is it correct? So let me first I'll go get back to that question. So let me first answer this. So let me just go ahead with this explanation. Then I'll be answering that question. So just imagine when you were when you used to send letters to your family members or friends or your loved ones. So what you used to do is that, so you have to first so let's say you are staying in some state in West Bengal, and your friend or your relative is staying in some state in the Maharashtra or in Pune. So what you need to do is that it's not like that you are sending the letters and you're just attaching that I'm sending this letter to Maharashtra. No, right? Even if Pune, you have to specify the which plot number, or if it is not a city, you have to at least give the village name or the suburb name, then your street number or something, then your postal code, then your district number, then along with the district number, you have to give your state, and that's it, along with the phone number, right? Earlier, I don't think people used to have phone numbers, but these are the things we need to give while sending a letter. So why do we need to do this? Because if you're sending it just to the city instead of just instead of particularly to your relatives' home, then there might be many people with the same name in the city. Okay, so that's why we have to be very specific to whom this letter to be sent. Similarly, when you are requesting some web page, it's like a communication through letters. So you are requesting netflix.com or you are requesting facebook.com. It's like there, you have to type the entire address, that is www.facebook.com or just facebook.com. So this facebook.com is so you don't have two facebook.com, you have one facebook.com, and that facebook.com is same for everyone in this world. So like so when you are trying to make a request, so we call that get request. When you are trying to put a get request to the web page www.facebook.com, so it goes like this: the request is get, the protocol is http, and it is 1.1, and the host you are trying to reach is www.facebook.com. Yeah. So when you send this request, the response that you get from the server is that 200. Okay, and along with that you get a text. So you get something like this, and this thing is put it in a nice colorful manner to show you a nice web page. So the content that you are getting is text slash or is or HTML, and the status is 200. So there are a lot of status that comes with a web page. 200 is means like the page is found. So I cannot go to the website and type something random. So if I type something like this.com, see, there is nothing, right? So if I go to inspect, actually, let me inspect, actually, I can show you more things. Yeah, it's not.
Sir, you can press shift, CTRL shift inspect, CTRL shift I.
Yeah, I am placing that, but it's showing me in the different screen. So which screen is visible?
Sir, that website web screen.
Let me share again. Yeah, so it should be opening. Yeah, so let me. Yeah, so this is the inspect page. So it is opening in different. I forgot. But do you see the status actually? Network, I guess. Let me open this netflix.com. See, for the netflix.com, you get this, all this code as 200. 200 means it's okay. Like, you got the page, you got a response out of your request. But if you go to some random set, let me add some random bits. See, you're not, so if I, you have to clear it first. Yeah, if you clear it, then search it. So it is failed, status is failed. And you can see that it's, yeah, so there is no site regarding this name. So yeah, the point of saying this was, so you get something like this, that is 200. That means your the request is found, it's a valid request, and you are getting something as a response. And if you're not finding something, it will give you a code of 404 not found. Okay, and they are the status code for, like, different things. 200 is okay, 404 is not found. Other one is, like, we will discuss that later. So 301 is moved permanently. Like, if you're looking for some, website. So yeah, so this is the example, I guess. Yeah, so when you type, let me inspect it again. Inspect. Yeah, so if I type google.com, it will hopefully show me. Yeah, the 3, it's 301. See, so what is happening is that, so the point of saying this is that the 301 is moved permanently. So what happens is that, so earlier days, people used to type www.google.com. Okay, because people, so this dot between two text was not a thing. So when this internet started, so this, just imagine. So now you can just, when you grew up, you sort of heard about google.com and everything. But imagine people who were staying before the computer internet era, and they never saw internet in their life. They never knew that one computer can communicate with other. So when people started building all these things, they said that, okay, you can access another computer that is in a different state or different country by going to this address, google.com. So they have to put a convention that this internet, and you can connect to another computer as well. That's why when they put www in front of a thing, so it was used to know that it was used to, state that this is a part of something internet going on. Okay, so that's why, like, when you put google.com, people might misunderstand it with something else, because there used to be other things as well which has dot between two things, like, two words. That's where they started building all these things by putting www in front of everything that is related to internet. And when we start building different things, which are, when we started building things which are, by default we know this as internet. Like, if you go to google.com, it is it should be correspond to Google's homepage, and people took it for granted. So they saw that what people are doing is that instead of typing www.google.com, they're just typing google.com. They're omitting www, because everyone know that google.com means Google homepage now. It's a thing that is taken as granted. But people before this 2000 uh, 2000 era, so they were not used to this. That's why, like, that's why they were putting www. So now when people are putting google.com, so Google do not want these people to show that google.com is not a valid site. So what if you go to google.com, and, like, what if you go to a browser and type something random.com, so it should be showing that the site is not breached. And Google did not want that. When people are going to google.com, they were shown that the site does not exist. So that's why what they did is that whatever you type, google.com or www.google.com or http://www.google.com, it will redirect everything to google.com. So when I type google.com without any www, it was automatically redirected to www.google.com and it was 200 okay. I mean, that page is found. And eventually, since it was redirected, this page is found. Okay. So all these things are redirected to one thing. So I'll show you another thing as well. So you see, this is a website. I'm typing Vireshwar Kumar, vireshwar.github.io. See, it is 200 okay. See, it's 200 okay. This Viresh is 200 okay. Okay, but yeah, this is 200 okay. But if you see what I typed, I did not type this. I typed vireshwar.github.io. See, I typed this one. So what happened is that, so what happened is that it is getting redirected to csc.iitd.ac.in. See, so if you see here, so this is 301 move permanently, and this is 200 okay found. See, that's the thing. And when I search directly this csc iitd, it is 200 okay. See, so that's the thing behind, like, having different convention for different website and different the status code. So this is what the story that I have told is. You are searching something and it is going through all the layers into the physical layer and going through the physical layer to the server, and in the server it is going again all the layers and getting the page, coming down, going through the wire and going to your application, that is a browser, and showing you the page. So this entire traversal is done within a few milliseconds. So all this response that you see, it's actually the application layer response that you can see now. Is this the fast live session? Yes, is the fast live session. Yeah. So yeah, so we discussed about HTTP. That is like, that is, you can just say the street address, or like, or you can say the plot number of your plot, or the plot number of your home. Okay. And yeah, so while sending the letter, you sort of have to specify everything, right? Like, from street address to road at so street address to block name, then district name, then state name, country name, and everything else. So when you are sending a letter, or you are sending a request for any website, what you are trying to do is that you are trying to specify everything, right? So you're trying to specify that this will be my street address, and this will be my state, and this will be my district and everything. So what you are so first thing is that when you are creating a request, this request can be like, this request can be started just by just think about requesting for google.com. Okay, so you said I need the google.com web page, so please send me the google.com web page. So the first will be the application layer, which will wrap your request into a application layer packet. Okay, and so it will have a it doesn't have a header, but it will just have a it will just have a wrap around your request. Then comes the transport layer. So what transport layer ensures is that so your computer has a lot of ports. Okay, and each application is running in each port. So HTTP is running in one port, and your file transfer is running in one port. So all these things are running in different ports. Okay. Yeah. So what your task is to is that you have to specify the ports. So actually you are not specifying, the browser itself is specifying which port to use. So it is using that port, and by using that port, it is then so that port is packing this packet, like putting header and packet header, or you can say I think it's not called packet. You can say transport layer packet. There is another term for that. I'll use that next class. So you wrap that transport layer header on the data, and you send it to the network layer. The network layer puts another header that's called network header, and it's sent to the data link layer. Data link layer puts another header. Then it's sent to the physical layer. Physical layer convert. So for physical layer, it's all bits. So it will transport those bits through the wire, and that wire will go to another PC, the receiver PC, and in the receiver system, the data link layer read the data link layer header and remove that. Then again, it goes to the network layer. It removes that, and it removes the network layer header. And similarly, all the things are removed, and finally you get your request in the application layer. Okay. So we talked about application layer first. So then comes the IP address. IP address is like is a network address. So just think about the thing is you have one computer, and you are working on your computer, and you are calculating all this stuff in your computer, and you're happy. Okay. Now you have some data. You have to send this data to this computer. Okay. So what is the first way of sending this data? So the first way of sending the data across the computer is that you take a pen drive, you take the data out of this computer, you put the pen drive here in this computer, and you transfer all the data, right? And whatever data this computer needs from this PC, you can grab all those data from this PC using your pen drive. Then you put the pen drive in this computer, and it's datagram in the transfer layer. Thank you. And yeah, I was confused between that datagram and so I think I confused between datagram from with transport layer or data link layer, but yeah, it's datagram. Yeah, so you put the pen drive from this, take the pen drive from this computer and put it in this computer, and so this is one way of communicating between the. This is one way of communicating between two computers. So what if like what if you want very fast communication between these two computers? What you can do is that you can actually connect a wire between these two computers, so that you can send data between these two computers. Okay. So uh, so uh, so you
Sir,
connected your wire. Yeah.
sir, actually, sir, I have sent an image, sir. Please review it, sir. Professor has described this concept using this diagram. Sir, please explain me this diagram.
Okay. So if you have there is two computer, so you can see. So I'll just share this diagram in my screen. Yeah. Yes, it's visible. Yeah. So here is your computer one. Here is your computer two, and you are sharing the data using these two computer, and just forget about all these things that is lying in between. So just think about this computer and this computer and computer, and you are sharing data between these two computer, and your data is going from this computer to this computer using this wire. Okay. And since there is only one computer is involved, so you can you can easily transfer between two computers. Okay. So when you have three computers, let's say there is computer one, computer two, and computer three. So now when this computer wants to send a data, right? So earlier it just used to send the data and it used to reach this computer directly, because all these two computers is connected with just one wire. And if you send something from this end, it's bound to get this computer, received by this computer. But now there is two computers. Okay, there is computer number 1 and computer number 2. When you are sending the data, which computer to send, you need to specify, right? So it's like, let's say you have a brother staying in a state in Maharashtra, and assume that there is no one staying in entire Maharashtra. Okay, so your brother is staying entire Maharashtra. So when you send your letter to your brother saying that post this to Maharashtra, your brother will get the letter because he is the only one staying in entire Maharashtra. Okay, but let's say there are two people staying in entire Maharashtra. So now when you are sending a letter, you cannot say that just post it to Maharashtra, because there are two people now staying. You have to specify which one to send. Similarly, when there is three computers involved and one computer is sending data, so it cannot directly send to two computers. It have to specify which computer to send. So here comes the concept of MAC address, or MAC. It's called the MAC address. So each computer has a MAC address. That's a physical address. So when the computer is manufactured, it is given a MAC address. So it's a very long 12-byte address, and each physical device has a MAC address in this world. Okay. Can you change the MAC address? Yes. Is it legal? No, it's not legal to change the MAC address. You can change. That's called MAC address spoofing. So, but if you get caught, the law will not be in favor of you. It will be in the opposite. It will be it will not be in favor of you. So you'll not benefited by spoofing your MAC address. But so you can change your MAC address as well. So, but for a general user, each computer has a MAC address, and every computer got MAC address. Now, when you are sending the packet, when you specify the MAC address, so there are two computers. When you are sending in the wire, so this wire is connected to this computer and this computer as well. When you are sending this packet, you say that, okay, send this packet to this MAC address. So now your packet will be delivered to your corresponding PC or the PC that you want. So the scenario is not actually reflected in this diagram, but I would say that. So this is the MAC address. Okay. So the first scenario that I said, there is two computers. You're just sending data through the wire, is the physical layer. So I only gave you the physical layer, introduction. Then when I told about two computers are there, and to identify these two computers, you have to specify the MAC address of the computer. This MAC address is a layer 2 protocol, not protocol. It's a layer 2 thing. Okay. So in layer 2, you see MAC address, and all this specification of MAC address is a layer 2 thing. Okay. So it's a layer 2 thing. And so you get your you get your computer, and you get your you get your address, and you get your computer which one to send. Now you send it. So now let's say the number of computer is increased now. Okay, the number of computer is increased, and let's say here is a group of computer. Okay, there's a 10 computers staying here, and there is another 10 computers staying here. Now you are trying to send a message from this group of 10 computers to this group of 10 computers. Just imagine it like, let's say you have your university. So you are operating inside your university. That is, you are operating inside your university campus. So your university has a network. Okay. So your university has a router, and your entire university university systems is operating inside a network. So it's called the so it will be your university's intranet, but you are inside a network, a local network, and your friend who is staying in another city or another university, they have a different network. So when you are trying to send a packet from one network to another, you cannot just specify, you know, just the MAC address, because your network is not connected to their network. Okay. So earlier, when you have 3 computers, you are connected through wire. That's why you can communicate between them. But now your college network is different from your friend's college network, even if it is nearby. So your network doesn't have access, a wired access to your friend's network. That's why you need to find your friend's computer with the MAC address. You need to get access of your friend's network first. Then you can go to your friend's MAC address, right? You cannot directly go to your friend's computer. You have to go to your friend's network first, then to your friend's MAC address, right? So that is like, that is when then it comes the network layer, when you have to specify the IP address of the network. Okay, your network has an IP address, and your network assigns each computer a IP address. Okay, so that's why when you specify the network's IP address, it will be used to find your computer inside the network, and data will be sent to the particular network. And that is all about network layer. So this, I'll be going in more detail, but this is the entire thing. Okay. So now let's imagine, so you found your network, you found your MAC address, you found your corresponding computer's network, and you are ready to send packet to this computer. Okay, and you are sending this packet to a computer and you are getting reply. You are happy with the communication. Okay. Now what I miss is that I think I'm listening my echo. Hello. I'm not sure. So are you able to hear my echo, or like am I just the only one?
Sir, echo.
Echo is there, right? Alert me.
Sir, actually someone has unmuted.
Let me check. Yeah, it's gone, I guess. Yes, the voice is, okay, the echo is gone. Yeah. So now you're happy with the communication, but now imagine another scenario happens. So you don't have one application going on. So if you look into your browser, different website is there. So you're opening YouTube, Netflix, Facebook, and all this Instagram, all this website at once. Okay. So when you are requesting for google.com webpage, and in some other browser or in some other application, you are also requesting for some songs. Okay. So when you are getting the reply for the song, or even when you are getting the reply for Facebook, so if you do not specify where this Facebook's homepage should go, it might end up in your google.com's homepage, right? So I mean, you have specified everything. You have specified the network, you have specified the MAC address, and you have specified the computer's IP address as well. So that's why when you have specified all these things, your friend or any organization is sending web page or any content to this address, right? So when they are sending to this address, then it's your duty is to consume it differently. Like since you have requested for Facebook's, Netflix, and Google's one page, it should come in a different route, right? If they're coming in to the same computer, you cannot compare that which one is which, because they will just send you a packet. It's not like that they are sending the entire page at once. They're sending small packets. You have to take and you have to assign, assemble it to create a page. When I mean you, means your browser. Okay. So what happens is that when you are getting all these packets, correspond to different requests. Let's say just google.com or netflix.com. So there is a packet of google.com, there is a packet of netflix.com. They're all packet coming, and you are sort of collecting it. So that you do not mess up with your packets. That's why they send all these packets to different port numbers. So each computer has different port numbers. Port means openings. Okay. So they're all sending packets to this PC, but all these packets are not entering to the PC through the same channel. They're entering through different ports. Okay, this Netflix one is coming through one port. Google one is coming through one port. So Google, let's say Google is your friend and sending packets for the homepage. It is coming through one port, and Netflix one is coming through one port, and you are collecting this from different ports. And Netflix one has sent like 1,000 packets. You took this 1,000 packet and create a homepage of netflix.com, and you took the packets coming from google.com and you created a google.com homepage, and that's how. And this is the task of transport layer and application layer. So transport layer is like give you a port number. Your computer has like some 60,000 ports, because you can open a lot of different applications. That's why it has different ports, so you can access traffic from different routes. And so all these content are coming through different ports, so you can identify between all these different things. And the application layer is like taking all these different packets and assembling it to a nice web page, so that you can see it on your computer. So that is it is everything that is going on between in the all these layers. Okay.
Sir, these ports are on the hardware level or software level?
The ports are on I would say software level. Okay, there is nothing called port. So NIC is the network interface card. There's a network card. So port is a software thing, not a very hardware thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So someone is asking for the where these things will be shared. I'll share the thing in a minute. Yeah. So all these things are coming. I think it's again echoing. Hello. Yeah, it's now ego is stopped. Bathula is someone, I think when he is unmuting, it's echoing, so please don't unmute. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the story of entire, how this packet is coming and coming to a computer. So I'll conclude all these things. I'll take a 5 minutes break now. It's already 1 hour, more than 1 hour. So I'll take a 5 minutes break now, and we'll continue the session after 5 minutes.
Guys, hello. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
I have one question. Can you tell me, if I miss the class, so how can I access? You know,
Can you repeat it?
if I miss the class, so how can I access again? If any
I think
idea?
There are two ways to access the class again. One is to get the SWAYAM portal, or otherwise you can access the YouTube.
Okay,
by-
okay. Thank you.
Guys, I also have a question. Like, as sir discussed that if I change my MAC address to someone else MAC, then can I receive the other computer's data which that computer is supposed to get?
Yes, you can. Actually, that is called MAC spoofing. Hacker use this technique to divert the traffic of your PC to their PC, and then they analyze and then redirect that data to your PC. This is the technique we use in man in the middle attack. When someone spoofs your MAC address.
Can you please repeat? Can you please repeat? I can't hear you. Can you please repeat?
Actually, he asked if you can change our MAC address of our PC or device which we are using, and actually it is possible. It is very commonly used in the man in the middle attack. We change our MAC address to someone else. Okay, so the traffic which was going to that device would now come to my device. Okay, I am pretending that else. Okay, actually what happens if you are in a LAN, say we are with 4 PCs are in a LAN. All those
in same network. In same network.
in same network we are talking about. This data link layer is working on the same network only. If you talk other network, then the dynamics are very different. So we are 4 device having 4 devices in one network. Okay, and I want to send a packet from my computer to someone else. So I will what my computer will do, that he will announce that see, I want to send the packet to this IP address. Okay, and the computer with that IP address will announce that, okay, see, this is my MAC address, and send me the data. So my computer will encapsulate all the data with those MAC addresses and send it to that computer directly within same network. Okay. And if someone illegitimately announces that no, instead of that computer, someone else copies that MAC address and says no, this is my computer, then my computer will send to, instead of sending the original user, will start sending to the scooped address.
Okay. What is
But
called?
like in
Cannot be
this
clear.
thing, one more thing is there. Like in a data link layer, all the computers have same IP address, right?
No. Every computer has different IP address.
Different. Yes.
IP address has to be different. IP address and MAC addresses has to be different to make communication possible. No
I
one.
guess it depends
The
on the
network is,
ISP.
what I think what you're implying is the network address is same within same network. Network at the part of network address. The complete IP address.
I think the gateway always same, and IP or MAC address are different.
Gateway is to be same. Gateway is to be same.
Yes.
But every computer will have different IP address.
Yes.
That is for sure. And same is the case with Mac.
Yeah.
Actually, I am using the Linux machine, Kali Linux, and I have changed my MAC address several times, and
Yes.
but until now I don't know that if I really change my MAC address to some other's computer, I can receive its data packets also.
Yeah, you can. There are a few softwares like Wireshark also. You can
Yes,
use
If
Wireshark.
you are
Wireshark.
in the same network, then only you
Yes,
will receive it data.
and your
Wireshark,
Now,
I
And
think
that is
Wireshark
what
is
I
a
am asking. Like if I am in the same networks, if my target is also in the same network, and
yes,
I copied the MAC of that target, then I can
yes,
receive that data.
yes,
yeah,
sure,
let me
you will.
explain.
You will for sure.
If you connected to a Wi-Fi will what it does is it just broadcasts the message. Two computers can catch it. It's the
Wi-Fi
same
or
message.
either Wi-Fi or wired. Wi-Fi or wired is just at work at physical medium. There is no distinction between in at layer 2. So you can spoof the Mac. It's very possible.
But the person with the original MAC will also receive the same data at the same time.
See, these are a few techniques. You have to broadcast your Mac aggressively and suppress his broadcasting.
But like if I don't suppress that, then both of us will
Chances
receive the data.
chances are there. Actually, what happens if you are connected with a switch, 4 computers, 5 computers connected with a switch maintains a MAC table with port number, like this MAC is attached with this port, this MAC is attached with this port. So you need to confuse the switch in that, or your Wi-Fi router, or whatever Wi-Fi device, that I am with that MAC. I am with that MAC attached at this port number. So if anyone tries to send data to that MAC, it will send to your port only.
I understand.
Yeah, is it switch the Mac table of switch needs to be updated at a regular interval. So you may wait for some time, and when the Mac table expires, you can repopulate it with your port number. Instead.
Hello. Yeah, someone is asking a question or something. Will the so those can I see the class again? Which portal? Can you please share the link? I said on top. I'll share it again. No worries. Copy link. Yeah. So there is that, and then those are physical ports at physical layer. I didn't get those are physical ports. So is it a question or like you're telling the answer?
Hello, someone just posted it randomly.
Mrityunjay. So ports at physical layer. So no, so the ports that you see in computer network is not physical port. So of course we have ports like
Yeah, can I
USB
say,
port.
sir? Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Can I say
Yeah. What?
operating
Yeah.
system will assign the ports when you are trying to connect the internet? Operating system will assign the ports.
Yeah. No, not the operating system, I would say. So there are some predefined ports already that is running in your system. Like HTTP, all the HTTP based traffic will be going through 80, port 80, and all the FTP and SFTP. So all these protocols have a designated port, so you don't have to worry about that. You can actually go through some manual ports and assign some manual task to some customized ports, and you can work with that. The ports actually doesn't refer to the software, sorry, hardware thing that you see, but it's a software thing. Of course, the OS assign the ports, but some of the ports are predefined. Doesn't have to get assigned. How will that
Sir,
MAC
can you
address? Yeah.
Sir, can you explain more like lab type using developer options, just like
Yeah,
you have done?
so I'll do that. So that's a good way to understand things. But as I said, now at the moment I don't have the slides and my tablet with me. So actually I forgot in the university and I couldn't get it because of a Sunday. So I'll get it from next week and we'll try to do things more practically and less story types, but more using the browser and how things that you're getting and how these things actually work. And also like I need to
Sir,
go through the
sir, can you tell me that how much programming we are going to do in this course?
I am not sure actually. So I have not been through the entire course. Okay, so that's why I don't know how much programming is covered. I think it's just it's just you can say overview of theoretical things, but I'll try to cover all those things, not programming. So all the I would cover all the terminal things. So if you know terminal things, so if you go to a terminal, you can look at your port and your interface and all these things. So I'll try to cover that so that you will be able to realize all these things in real, in a practical setting, and will be able to enjoy this course because when you do this some hands-on, you get to enjoy the course. So so that I'll do all this stories telling thing once again in the next session with the slides, and then we can go to all the practical stuffs. Not programming. So programming is different. See, so when you're trying to building a website, so anyone of you have tried to build a website before using any programming language, they can raise their hand. I to just want to see a number. No one. But yeah, so if you go to web development or web programming, yeah, Aditya Prakash has raised. So if you do backend programming, then you will realize that the backend programming is not really very ground level. So you just have to specify that when the user go to this page, you have to show this content, and when the user goes to this page, the website will show you this content. So it doesn't really work with all those, what port will be used and what all this routing and everything. So it is already done by your browser. So your browser is the main player here. So that's why we will not try to design all these things. So coding, programming all this, that's called socket programming. The coding and programming all this, communication between two ports and two host is a very critical thing. So if it is not covered in the program, in the course, I will not be covering that. But what I will do is that given that it is already programmed, I will just show you that if you go to this address, if this is the thing that you can see, and if you go to this address, this is the thing that you can see, and how you can explore all these things that is already built in the browser by using your developer options. Okay, it's not like that I will be going through all this coding, because they made the browser. That browser is one of the most complicated thing, and all this, it is implementing all those protocols inside that. So I don't think I'll be able to cover that much in this course. And also, I don't have knowledge of, to be frank, the entire browser thing, but it's like, built by an entire team of very junior and senior engineers. So I don't think I'll be able to know that, but I can use that as a user, as a developer often I can use it. Okay. So I'll go through the question that has been asked in the chat. How will the MAC address be copied by someone else? We don't copy the MAC address. The MAC address is spoofed. So it's a very different concept. I will discuss this later. So it's a you can also, so once you get to learn, so today I told about how communication happens. There is one host and there is another host. How and this is not that it's not like that there are only two hosts in this world. There are million hosts. So one host is sending a net packet to another host. So this packet should not go to all these million hosts, but out of this million, you have to go to a single host. So how to find that single host and go to that host is one thing. Second is, what are the things that can go wrong? This packet can get missing in between. This packet can go to other host as well. Then what you will do? There is someone who can impersonate as your friend and take that packet. So let's say you are trying to send this to a IP address of this and port address of this, which is your friend, and there is another guy who is coming in between and saying that I am that guy and taking your packet. It's like, stealing from the post office or something. That is called man in the middle attack. When another guy is coming and stealing your packet is getting lost in between, or your packet is getting delivered to someone else. So there are a hell lot of situations which can go wrong while we are sending a packet from one person to another or one system to another. We'll try to cover all the thing and see how all these things happening in real life. It's going to be interesting. So then I will cover about this MAC spoofing, how you can spoof the MAC address, how you can impersonate as someone else and say and ask for some sensitive information, all these things. Okay. So how does spoofing MAC address in LAN to get computer receive the same data, the IP address will be different, right? So yeah, I'll cover this. All right. So I'll not have to go through all these things and complicate things for others. Then, sir, please explain more using developer option. Yeah, I'll do that. Sir, exam is MCQ type or descriptive type, sir. So all these things related to exams and all these things related to assignments and all these things, you have to ask ask the NPTEL people. I'm not the NPTEL people. I'm a teaching assistant who is helping with this course. And there are a lot of people who are also helping with different courses. NPTEL is the one who is operating all these courses. So if you mail them NPTEL help or something, they must have given the email address when you join the course. So they will give you the correct answer, how to type with the exams and all these things. Please share the detail of main exam pattern. Yeah, I don't have any answers for this question. You can ask in the discussion forum, and people from other people from NPTEL will be able to answer your question. Okay. Yeah, so these are all the things that we covered today. Batula Sast Kumar raised hand, yes, or is it a old?
No, you
response?
just asked me to raise the hand who has done web designing.
Web design course. Okay, so that was yeah. So I just wanted to see how many people have done the web design course. So
Okay,
yeah,
I
this
will
is the
lower my hand.
so this is the assignment. The due date is 7 of Feb. So today is 28th. That means I will have a session on 5th, I guess. Next Sunday is 5th, right? Next Sunday is 5th. So I'll try to so I've covered today all these things into like so I've covered all these things as an overview. So I'll try to give you an animated version, slide version of this all these things that I told, so that you will be able to get a very broad overview of how computer network works. Then so today I will only cover one more thing. Okay, one more thing that is that you will be that you will need to solve this your assignment. So I'll cover one more thing. So can we get today's session as recording? Yes, you can get today's session as recording. So I'm sharing the YouTube channel. So we are asked that all this session to upload to all this session to a YouTube channel. So this is my YouTube channel where I upload all the NPTEL tutorial that I take. So please subscribe to this or ring the bell icon or something. I'm not sure, like I'm not very pro at YouTube thingy. But what I do is that I just record all this session I'm recording currently, and I will be uploading all this session to the YouTube, and you can go to the YouTube and find the session, and the entire recording will be there. Okay, you can subscribe to it now so that you'll get the notification when you do this thing. Okay. Let me do one thing. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so I'll share you one more. I'll do one more concept today. Okay, so if you have a Mac, so my screen is visible, right? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
which one is visible? The terminal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I typed the cal now. The terminal is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So So if you have a Mac or Ubuntu, you can try this. I think you can try this on your Windows as well, but I'm not sure the exact command. So, but I'll just show you. So ping is something, So if you have played any online game like PUBG or any other shooting game, you must have heard this term ping. So if people are saying, ping come ho gaya, or like ping has increased, right? Or ping has decreased. Okay. I don't think anyone say it's decreased, but people say it's increased. So when the ping is increased, you cannot see the image very clearly, isn't it? So if people who play PUBG or like any online game, they can agree is that when you say ping is very low, you cannot see your enemy clearly. It started to blur out things. So if people can agree with me, I think anyone who has played PUBG.
Yes, yes,
Ping
Yes,
is
sure.
sir.
also
Yes.
ping is also there in Windows. So ping is something, ping is like, you ping someone, you call someone, you say hello. So, and ping is the time between you get your response. So when you say hello, someone has to say hi, how are you? Or like, hi, how's it going? So when you're asking someone hello and you are getting a hello back, so is the time difference between this thing is called a ping, and it's like you're pinging someone, and the more it is, that means that the network is very far away, or it's not, your net speed is not very good to get the response as from the ping. So that's why, like, when the ping is very high, you're not able to see the image very clearly. So now similarly, I will do a ping here. Okay, so it's my so you can ping. So they're pinging to their server. Now let's say a system. So as I said, a system is a system, you can say, specified by IP address. So let me ping this IP address and see what I'm getting in response. Okay. So as you can see, I'm pinging this IP address 142.250.204.4. In response, I'm getting this 52 byte data bytes, and you can see 64 bytes from this, and packet type this is received using 30 milliseconds, then 25 milliseconds, 24 milliseconds, and so on. Okay. So if you go to your website, if you go to your browser, if I go to my browser and type this one, what is opening? Google, right? So I am pasting. So let me open the developer setting. I can go to the inspect and go to my browser and inspect. Yeah, and let me clear, go to the network tab and clear all these things. Yeah, so I've cleared everything, and I'll go to this. I'll go to this web address. Okay, and hit enter. Connection is not private. Let me. Connection is, yeah. So you see, so if you see here, so when I'm typing this IP address, it is redirecting me to google.com. Okay, so what is the status for this IP address? I will not double click it. The status is 307 internal redirect from this cache. Okay, remote address is this, and port is 80 because it is HTTP. Okay, 307 is internal redirect. If you go to my presentation, I think I have, no, I don't have that code number for this, but just just the status code is internal redirect. Then what is coming in the next? So when the next is coming google.com, that is 200 and okay. See, and then it is coming 200 and okay from internal redirect. So we'll just stick here. So what happened here? So what happened is that google.com is itself had a IP address. So as I said, each computer in this world has a MAC address as well as an IP address. So this IP address states that this belongs to this network, and MAC address states that it is, MAC address is unique to a system or hardware, and the IP address is unique to that within that network. So when I'm saying this IP address, so when I if you recall, I said Google's homepage is coming to your computer. That means it is stored somewhere else. Where can we store something? We can store it in a hard disk or data center or a computer. So a data center or a hard disk is just a computer. Okay, a computer has a huge amount of hard disk, or like a network of a bunch of hard disks, and we're calling that a server room or like a data center. But basically, it's computer, right? So when there is a computer that is sitting somewhere in this world, in the data center, we're fetching this google.com page from that. So this computer must have an IP address, right? So I found that IP address and I typed it in this Google homepage, and I was able to get the Google homepage. So it redirected me to the google.com. But you can say that, so what happened is that when they first started using this internet, they used to have all this IP address only. They didn't used to have this fancy google.com or facebook.com and all these things. So they just used to have IP address, and it was started during some war. Okay, everything is started during some war. Okay, it's not like that. So all this invention of computers and all these things, if you say Enigma machine and all these things, it was everything started during a war. So all this war is the reason for that we have internet today. Okay, so when the war was going on, so they have a specific IP address to communicate with. So when it was exposed to the world, when people started creating websites, they cannot really say that okay, my IP address is this one. So every time I have to go to a website, I cannot just go to my it's like dialing a phone number. Okay, it's like a dialing a phone number. Like you are sort of going through your copy and saying that okay, I need to go to this website, and this website this I need to find this content, and this is available in this 10142.240.204.4, and I had to go to this to access the Google homepage. So what happened is that people started giving names to IP address. Okay, that means what Google.com has done is that Google.com is a name put on top of your IP address. Okay, so Google.com is a name, and underlying that there is an IP address. Underlying that there is an IP address, and when you search Google.com, it is actually internally going to this IP address, and when you are searching for this IP address, it is also meaning that you are searching for Google.com. So all this, you can imagine this as your phone book. Okay, so when you are dialing someone, your friend, your mom or dad, they're not.
DNS server, sir.
Yes, I'm going there.
DNS
Why are you
server.
tell?
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
going there.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you are dialing your when you are dialing all this number, so your phone has all these things, all this. So earlier people used to remember. So I also recall that when I was a kid, I used to remember my mom's and dad's phone number so that I can call them. So, but if you see, if you are like if you have born after 2002 or 3, you are not remembering your parents' phone number, because I think by your time there was mobile phones, and everyone was using mobile phones. That's why you did not use this trick of remembering your parents' phone number. You always saved your parents' phone number, so that you don't have to remember it. But yeah, so as your phone has all these things, you don't have to remember your phone number because it's a cryptic thing. So that's why you just tapping on the names. Similarly, you are tapping on this name, okay, google.com or facebook.com. But there has to be someone who need to take this name and map it to the corresponding IP address, right? And that is called the DNS server. So when you are sending your Google's page request using google.com or facebook.com, this name is getting resolved. That's called name resolvement or something. I'm not sure the exact term, but this name is getting resolved. So this google.com is getting resolved, and you're getting the actual IP address which you want to go. Then that IP address is getting all this request is sent to that IP address. But as a visual effect, we are seeing this google.com. So you see, when I search for this first this one, it was just redirected. It's redirected. But if I go ahead and search google.com, it will start with google.com, and it is 200 found. You see, it's 200. Okay, and the remote address is this one, and it must be going through the DNS server and coming back with all this, and it is getting all these things out of your Google server. Okay, my photo is also coming. This photo is there. This is also coming. So yeah, all these things. And similarly, if I go to netflix.com, so all these things about Netflix is also coming here. You can go to, I think, this IP address. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is no. So this is not the IP address, I guess. So you have to go to ping www. account. Yeah. So I don't think it's accessible like that. No, it's not accessible like that. I cannot access Netflix server. Strict origin when cross origin. So I mean, people have put enforcement like you cannot access through this IP address just for like just to prevent it from uh, getting accessed by people with malicious intent. That's why it's not there. Yeah, Netflix has disabled the ping. Thank you. So they have someone is painting my screen. Thank you. Yeah. So this is the story of like network, and this is the DNS thing. And another thing I wanted to discuss based on this assignment questions. Yeah. So now when you are sending your Google's homepage to your Google's homepage to when the Google is sending Google homepage to my computer, or I am sending something to my Google friend's computer, I need to specify the IP address as well as the port number. So everything need to be specified, MAC, IP, and port. But the combination of MAC address and IP address is called the socket. So and also, if you have heard socket programming is also something that is communicating between communicating between this IP and port combination. So so this is all I think that will be covered today. So I think this will be a session for today. If you have any questions regarding this, you can ask now. Otherwise, I will close the session. I don't see any questions, so I'll stop the session. I'll try to share all these concepts using this practical thingy, like opening the developer panel and opening the terminal and trying to address your queries. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll be continuing this session next week, and there I will try to come up with animations and stuff. So please subscribe this channel so that you will get all those videos. And so till then, good night. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.